beauty of calculus is that you can visualize a function without actually seeing its graph. Now, the first derivative has its many applications, and one of the applications that we're going to be using today is to check the behavior of a given function without really graphing it. So in this particular illustration, I know I'm giving you a graph, but later on we're not going to see a graph, but I just want you to visualize where a local maximum, local minimum is, and how the function is increasing and decreasing. Now in this graph right here, my local maximum is the peak of your graph, and my local minimum is the lowest point in your graph in a given interval. Now, we know that the function is increasing if from looking at the negative infinity right here, or in this graph, your function is increasing or going up from this interval up until this point, which is your local maximum. And from your local maximum, or your highest peak, it starts to change direction and it's now decreasing. Now from the lowest peak, which is your lowest value, which is your local minimum, it will start to increase again. So for this particular function, you can visualize how the function is increasing and decreasing by just looking at their interval. Now, how do we use the first derivative to actually visualize a function without seeing the graph? Now, the condition is that for the first derivative, or if f prime of x is greater than 0, then f of x is increasing, which is basically telling you that if the value of your first derivative is positive, your function is increasing at that particular interval. Now, the second condition when it's decreasing is that if f prime of x is less than 0, then f of x is decreasing, which means when your first derivative has a negative value, when you plug in a value on that particular interval, the function is therefore decreasing. Now, how do we check for the local maximum and local minimum of a graph by using the first derivative? For local maximum to exist, the change in the function should be from positive to negative. Just like in this illustration, if you'll notice for this point right here, which is your local maximum, the direction is changing from increasing and then decreasing, so therefore the local maximum exists. So this is how you visualize this condition. And for the second condition, the first derivative changes from negative to positive, then local minimum exists. So when it's decreasing right here, hitting the local minimum, it's changing its direction to a increasing fashion. So therefore, local minimum exists when this condition is satisfied. Now, also, for the third condition, if f prime of x has no changes in sign, then the local maximum and local minimum does not exist. So it's also possible that there's no local minimum and local maximum in your function. Now, let's have our first example wherein I'm going to give you a function without the graph, and we're going to analyze and see the behavior of the graph using the first derivative. And here's our first example. Let's find the interval where the function is increasing or decreasing, and if local maximum or minimum exists. So the function that we're working on is x squared minus 2x minus 3, and we need to find one, when is the function increasing and decreasing, and the second one is that where to find the local maximum and the local minimum. Now, the first step in analyzing this function using the first derivative is to find the critical number, or setting your first derivative to 0. So our function is x squared minus 2x minus 3. Finding its first derivative, we have 2x minus 2. Now we can find the critical number by setting the first derivative to 0. So x is equal to 1. So now that we have found our critical number, we are ready to check where the function is increasing or decreasing. And for step number 2, we're going to construct our sign chart. So for our sign chart, we're going to cut it into 2, wherein your interval will end at x equal to 1 because this is your critical number. So this is my sign chart, and I'm going to check whether this particular interval is going to give me an increasing function or decreasing function. And to do that, so you set your first derivative, which is f prime of x is equal to 2x minus 2, and you substitute a number to x where x is anything less than positive 1. So basically you're finding, or you're using any number that is less than 1 because this is the interval that we are checking. So for this particular interval, I chose 0 because 0 is positive 1. Now, can you use any number aside from 0? The answer is yes, as long as it's less than positive 1. You can use negative 2,583 and just check if the sign is positive or negative by substituting it to the function to see if it's increasing or decreasing. And this particular example, I plugged in 0 for my first derivative and I found out that my value is negative or negative 2. So I'm not concerned about this numerical value, I'm just concerned about its sign. So the sign is giving me a negative value, therefore my interval for this particular, or the behavior of the graph for this particular interval is going to be negative, wherein it's decreasing. So from negative infinity to positive 1, I know that my function is decreasing because it's negative. Now for my second interval, which is anything higher than 1, I'm going to choose any number that is more than 1, and in this case I'm using 2, and I found out that my value is positive. So for this particular interval, which starts from positive 1 going to the positive infinity, my value or my first derivative is positive, therefore it's increasing. So I know that for this interval, I have answered the first part of the question, wherein the function is increasing on positive 1 to negative infinity and decreasing on the interval negative infinity to positive 1. And to answer the last part of the question, whether the local maximum or minimum exists, I can answer this question because I know that the sign is changing from negative to positive. So if you illustrate it from negative, so going down and then going up at x equal to 1, therefore I have a local minimum. So therefore I was able to prove, or I was able to find out when the function is increasing and decreasing and if the local maximum or minimum exists.